Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good afternoon to all of you. So today we continue our lecture on chapter 1, which is matrices. Last week we already learned on the arithmetic operation. So when you want to add or subtract, and also multiplications when it is involved a two matrix. Okay, so today we continue on the determinants of a square matrix, how to find determinant, and then how to find the inverse of a square matrix. Okay, so we continue on the determinant of a square matrix and also find the inverse of a square matrix. Okay, so let's first goes to the determinant of a square matrix. How to find a determinant of square matrix? Okay, if you have a matrix A, which is a square, what does mean of square? Means that you have matrix 2 by 2. For example, this one A, B, C, D. So this one is matrix 2 by 2, or you have matrix 3 by 3. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, so this one we call it as a square matrix. And then how to find the determinant? The symbol of determinant is something like this. Dia macam modulus A. Okay, and then your determinant should get in terms of a real number. Okay, dia bukan lagi dalam bentuk matrix. Okay, so if A, matrix A equal to A is a square matrix of order 1. What does mean of order 1? Means that only one element. Okay, this one for determinant of a order 1 matrix. So the determinant also you can get A. Maksudnya awak akan dapat elementary dalam tu sahaja sebab dia adalah order 1. Order 1, for example, matrix A equal to 3. Macam tu. Okay, so this one also matrix. But this one matrix order 1, which is 3 is the element. So what is the determinant of this one? So we can get only 3. Okay. Nenek to calculate sebab dia just only order 1. Okay. What happen for if you have matrix A equal to -5? Okay. So the determinants of matrix A you can get -5. It's the element of that matrix sebab dia only order 1. Okay. For matrix order 2, okay, which is you have 4 elements inside the matrix, okay, and then you want to find determinant of this matrix, awak akan dapat equal to, you must cross multiplication, okay, A times by B2, okay, A times what? A1 times B2 minus B1 times A2. Awak kena cross macam tu. Okay. So you can get determinant for matrix of order 2. Okay. Looks on the example. Okay. Let's say you have matrix A equal to 2, 1, 3, -4. So this one is order 2. You want to find the determinant of matrix A. So determinant of matrix A, you can get by 2 times -4. 2 times -4 minus this one times by cross section, 1 times by 3. Okay, so this one you can get -8 minus 3. Okay, so your answer is -11. Boleh? Okay, so second example, what happen if you have the value of matrix A is 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so this one also a same thing. When you want to find matrix 1 0 0 1. So this one you cross macam tu. So determinant A equal to 1 times 1 cross macam tu minus 0 times 0. So you can get 1 minus 0 equal to 1. Okay. So this one also same thing. Okay, also a same thing if you have the questions of matrix A equal to x0, y1. So you want to find determinant, cross this one, x times 1 minus by 0 times y. So you can get x only. Okay? Okay. This one for matrix, you want to find determinant of matrix order 2. What happen if you want to find the matrix of order 3, which is you have 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, for 3 by 3 matrix, okay, we can use cofactor, okay, to find the matrix. Okay, for example, you want to find this matrix as a definition, matrix A. Matrix A, you can choose. Okay, for this one, we choose the first row. Okay, means that A11, A12 for this one, and then A13. And then you find the cofactor. Ni kita panggil cofactor. C11, C12, and C13. How to find C11? Nah ni. This one, C11. Okay. Kalau awak tengok, C11, you can get by. Awak tengok, sini. 1, 1. Dia akan duduk sini. Awak kena potong. Okay. So, you can get negative 1 the power of 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 come from where? It is come from this one. First row, first column. So, that's why we put as 1 plus 1. And then, because it is first row, first column, okay, so the item inside the element, kita akan ambil the rest yang awak tak lorekkan tu. So, it is become A22, A23, A32, and A33. That one for cofactor 1, 1. Okay, what happened for cofactor 1, 2? Okay, also same thing. Negative 1, the power of 1 plus 2. Because it is come from first row, second column. Okay, and then also a same thing. Okay, because it is first row, second column. So you write first row, second column. So what is the rest? The rest is A21, A23. So this one A21, A23, and then A31, and then A33. So that one is the item of determinant. Okay, for cofactor 1, 2. Okay. Okay, next for cofactor 1, 3. Also same thing, negative 1 the power of 1, 3. Okay, first row, third column. Okay, first row, third column. Okay, first row, third column. So what is the rest, Yani? So you can get A21, A22, A31, and then A32. So you can get the cofactor. How to find the cofactor? This one you can find also a same thing when you want to find 2 by 2 matrix. Maksudnya awak akan darat silang ni. Okay? Also a same thing for the rest. Boleh? Okay? Okay, negative 1 is the formula. Okay, negative 1 is the formula. But the power here, Negative 1 is the formula. The power here come from first row, first column. If you want to find cofactor 1, 1, maksudnya power dia 1 plus 1. If you want to find cofactor 1, 2, the power is 1 plus 2 here. Okay? Wajib tulis lah. Saya tulis macam tu. Okay? Okay, next. Looks on the example. Okay, this one you want to find the cofactor. Find the cofactor of entry A2. Okay, awak nak cari apa? Cofactor entry A2. So you look, A2 is here. Okay, when A2 is here, so it is put on the second row, first column. So it is become first row, second row, first column. So it's become cofactor 2, 1 minus 1 is the formula, the power of 2 plus 1. And then the rest of the element inside here, we can get A12, A13, A32, A33. So negative 1 the power of 3. Okay. Kat depan ni, awak hanya akan dapat whether it is negative 1 or you can get 1. If you have the power of even number, kalau awak di kuas negatif 1 tu kuasa even number, bila awak tambah dia akan dapat positif. If the power of odd number for something like this, okay, 2 plus 1 equal to 3. 3 is odd number, so you can get negative 1. And then inside here, awak akan darab silang benda tu, you can get A12 times by A33 minus A13 times by A32. So this one is the cofactor for C21. Okay? Okay. Also a same thing. If you want to find a cofactor for entry A31. So we know that A31 is places here, which is first column, third row. So the rest is this one. Okay, so kita boleh dapat negative, oh sorry, this one is 3. Okay, negative 1 the power of 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 is 4, which is even number. So it is become 1. And then cross here. So you can get A12, A13, A22, dan A23. Okay, we continue on the next exercise. Looks on the example 4. Find determinant of a matrix A if A equal to 12 minus 1, 3, negative 3, 1, negative 1, negative 10, 2, and negative 3. So this one, you can choose any row that you like, okay? For example, I choose the first row, okay, to find the cofactor, which is 12, negative 1, and 3. So this one, 12, belongs to the cofactor C11. Okay, and then you need to find what is cofactor C11, and then cofactor C12. Okay, and then cofactor C13. Okay, so you need to find the cofactor first. After you get the cofactor, you times by first row here. Okay, so first we find what is cofactor C11. Okay, cofactor C11 you can get by negative 1 the power of 1 plus 1. So we know that cofactor 1, 1, which is the rest that you can have is 1, negative 1, 2, and negative 3. Okay, so to find negative 1 the power of 2, 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So it is become 1. Okay, and then 1 times by negative 3. Darab silang macam tu. 1 times by negative 3 minus. Jangan tertukar. And then please write first. Negative 1 times by 2. Okay. We know that 1 times by negative 3, you can get negative 3 minus negative 1 times by this one, negative 2. So negative 3 minus minus 2, which is negative 3 plus 2 equal to negative 1. Outside here is 1 times negative 1, so you can get negative 1. Okay. Also same thing for cofactor 1, 2. Okay. Cofactor 1, 2 you can get by negative 1 the power of 1 plus 2. Okay. And then the rest. Okay. Apa yang tinggal? Because you want to find 1, 2 which is 1 and 2. So the rest is negative 3, negative 1, negative 10 and negative 3. Negative 1, the power of 3. We know that the power of odd number become negative 1. And then, darat silang. Negative 3 times by negative 3 minus negative 1 times by negative 10. And then your answer, you can get 1. Okay? Sebab sini kat luar ada negatif 1. Lepas tu awak darat berapa? Negatif 3 darat negatif 3, 9. Okey, tolak. Negatif 1 darat negatif 10, awak akan dapat 10. Okey. 9 tolak 10, negatif 1. Darat dengan negatif 1 kat luar ni, you can get 1. Okey. Also, same thing for cofactor 1, 3. Okay, so cofactor 1, 3 becomes negative 1 the power of 1 plus 3. Also a same thing here. Okay, so you can get first row, third column, negative 3 times by negative 3, 1, negative 10, 2. Also a same thing, right? Something like this, and then your final answer is 4. Okay, this one is the cofactor, but you want to find determinant. Okay, we know that determinant equal to cofactor times by their element of the matrix. Okay, so awak akan dapat determinant of matrix A 12 times by cofactor negative 1. Sebab kita nak cari C11. So awak kena ambil elemen 1, 1 plus negative 1 times by 1. Okay, plus 3 times by 4. Okay, so you can get negative 1. Okay, next, continue. Okay, this one we can use another shortcut method in order to solve the determinant. Okay, for example, the same thing, the same question, you want to find determinant, how to solve it? We add, okay, we add the first two column. Okay, means that the first two column at the back. Okay, awak akan tambah ni. Okay, so you have 12, negative 3, negative 10. Get from here. And then negative 1, 1, 2. Get from here. Okay, you add this one. And then you add the diagonal multiplication. Maksudnya awak darab ni. 12 times 1 times negative 3. 12 times 1 times negative 3. Okay. Plus negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 10. Plus 3 times negative 3 times by 2. So you get the summation for this one is negative 64. Okay. And then this one you add you times by diagonal from the top left to the bottom right. Maksudnya daripada atas kiri dia diagonal macam tu kepada bawah. And then one more thing awak kena cari juga yang dia kena darab macam ni. Okay. Cross yang sebelahnya pula. 3 times by 1 times by negative 10. 3 times by 1 times by negative 10 plus 12 times by negative 1 times by 2 plus negative 1 times by negative 3 times by negative 3. And then you can get negative 63. And then this value, you can get determinant by negative 64 minus, dia kena minus negative 64 minus negative 63. So you can get negative 1. Okay? Okay, next, properties of determinant. Okay, so this one is the property of determinants. If each of the entries in row or column of matrix A is 0. Maksudnya, setiap rows ataupun kolom tu semua kosong. And then determinant equal to 0. Tak perlu awak nak kira lagi. Tapi syarat dia mesti kena semualah. Satu kolom tu ataupun satu row direct. 0. So the determinant is equal to 0. If two rows or columns of matrix A are identical, then also a same thing. Determinant is also equal to 0. Okay. The determinant of product of the two matrices of order n is the product of their determinant. That is, if you have, okay, you want to find matrix A times by B, their determinant also equal to, you find determinant matrix A first, and then find determinant matrix B, and then you times these two determinant. Also, you get the same thing. Okay, and then the determinant of a square matrix and the determinant of its transpose are equal to this one. Okay, sama sahaja. Determinant of matrix A also equal to determinant of matrix A transpose. Okay. Okay, this one just only the what we call it, definition. Okay, you need to understand lah the concept. Okay, now looks on the exercise. Okay, looks on the exercise 1.2. Okay, find the determinant of the following matrix. So A, you have matrix 2, 1, 9, 6. Okay, what is the solution for this one? Matrix 2, 1, 9, 6. So what is your answer? Dapat berapa tu? Okay, so this one you can get 3. Okay, so you can get 3 determinant. Awak cross macam tu. 2 times 6 and then minus 1 times 9. So you can get 12 minus 3 and minus 9 equal to 3. Next, matrix B. And matrix A, question B, you have 1, negative 3, negative 4. 2, 1, 0, 3, negative 2, 5. Okay, so what is your answer for this question B? What is your answer? Okay, we want to check whether your answer is correct or not.
63.
Okay, 63. Okay, correct. Okay, this one, you add another 2 columns. Okay, so you can get 63. Okay, good. Okay, darab diagonal macam tu. Minus. Masih tambah darab diagonal macam ni. Okay, so you can get 63. And then question C, what is your answer?
240.
So 240. Okay, so this one you can get 240. Okay, any question regarding on the exercise and also determinant. Okay. If you don't have any question, we can continue on the inverse. Inverse of a matrix. Okay. So how to find the inverse of a matrix? Okay. In order to find the inverse of matrix, first of all, you need to know what is an identity matrix. Okay. Identity matrix, when you have the diagonal, okay, diagonal of the matrix is equal to 1. And then the rest is 0. Okay. When you have the matrix something like this, we call it as identity matrix. Okay. For example, for the order 2, identity matrix of order 2, 1, 0, 0, 1. For identity matrix order 3, okay, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Dia punya diagonal ni should be equal to 1. Okay. If you have something like this, and then this A times by identity also equal to A. Or I, matrix identity, times by matrix A also equal to matrix A. Okay. Any matrix times by identity also equal to its matrix. Okay. Okay. So this one is matrix identity. So how to find inverse of a matrix? Okay. Inverse of a matrix A is called invertible or non-singular if there exists of matrix B such that A times B equal to B times A. Okay, equal to identity. Okay, when B is equal to A inverse. Okay, let's say if you have the matrix A times by matrix B, and then your answer is equal to matrix identity, maksudnya diagonal dia tu 1. Okay, so we can conclude that B is equal to matrix A inverse. Okay, bila awak hasil darab dua matrik, awak akan dapat identiti. Okay. So, salah satunya tu adalah inverse kepada matrik itu. Okay. Theorem. The inverse of a matrix, if it exists, it is unique. If A and B are both invertible, okay, or non-singular, so A times B inverse also equal to B inverse times by A inverse. Okay. If A is an invertible matrix, then A inverse is also invertible of A inverse inverse. Okay, dua kali inverse. So awak akan dapat matrix A. Okay. If matrix A is an invertible matrix, then A transpose is also invertible. And then A inverse transpose also equal to A transpose inverse. Okay, sama ada awak transpose dulu baru inverse ataupun awak inverse dulu baru transpose, the value is equal. Okay. Okay. Looks on the example. Okay. Let A equal to 2, 3, 2, 2 and B equal to negative 1, 3, 2, 1, minus 1. If you times A, B, awak darab ni. Awak darab A times B, you can get 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so this one is identity order 2. Means that B is equal to A inverse. Okay. Okay, in order to finding a inverse of matrix 2 times 2. Okay. First, we want to find inverse of matrix 2 times 2. If you have matrix A, which is A, B, C, D, then the inverse of matrix A, which is A inverse, equal to 1 over AD minus BC. Awak darab silang. A times by D. Okay. A times by D minus C times by B times by, yang ni awak kena tukar. Okay. A you change with D and then B become negative and C become negative. So you can get A inverse. Okay. Actually, AD minus BC adalah determinant. And then when you change the position of A and D, and then negative B, you change with negative C, this one is adjoint. Okay, ini untuk mencari inverse of matrix 2 by 2. Okay, looks on the example. Okay, let's say you have matrix A equal to 1, 2, 3, 7. Okay. Find A inverse. Okay. First, you need to find what is the determinant. Determinant. How to find determinant? Determinant, we know that you must cross this one. 1 times 7 minus 2 times 3. Okay, so you can get 7 minus 6 equal to 1. Okay, and then A inverse equal to 1 over determinant. 1 over 1 times by matrix. You change the position between 1 and 7. It becomes 7, 1. And then 2 become negative 2. 3 become negative 3. So this one is the answer. 1 over 1 equal to 1. So this one become 7, negative 2, negative 3 and 1. Okay. So you can get something like this. Okay. Boleh? Okay. So this one for matrix 2 by 2. What happened for, okay, look on another one example. Okay, sebelum kita masuk 3 by 3, looks another one example. Let's say A equal to negative 3, negative 2, 1, 1. Find A inverse. Okay, so first you find determinant of A. Also same thing, negative 3 times by 1. Darab silang macam tu, minus negative 2 times by 1. Hilang macam tu. So it's become negative 3 minus 2. So it's become negative 5. Okay. And then A inverse equal to 1 over negative 5 times by change position between 1 and negative 3. So it's become 1, negative 3 here. And then 1 become negative 1. Negative 2 become 2. Okay, lepas tu awak darab masuk dalam. Okay. Kenapa? Oh, silap. Oh, negatif tadi. Okay. So, determinant dia adalah negative 1. Sorry, ni kita tengok balik. Negative 3 times by 1 here. Negative 3. Okay. Negative 2 times by 1. Negative 2. Okay. Negative 3 plus 2 equal to negative 1. Okay. Your final answer 1 over negative 1. So this one is the matrix inverse. Okay. Boleh? So this one for matrix 2 by 2. Okay. What happened for matrix 3 by 3? Okay. First, we are using cofactor. Okay. How to find the inverse using adjoint matrix or cofactor method? Also a same thing for matrix 3 by 3. Okay. A inverse equal to 1 over determinant finds by adjoint of matrix A. What is adjoint of matrix A? Adjoint of matrix A equal to cofactor of matrix A transpose. Okay. So awak kena cari dulu what is the cofactor of matrix A transpose. Okay. Each row and column. Maksudnya each element yang ada kat dalam tu. Kalau macam tadi for untuk cari sorry. Apa tu? Okay. Kalau tadi kita nak cari determinant, kita hanya cari 3 je cofactor. But this one, if you want to find the inverse, awak kena cari semua cofactor for each element in the matrix. Maksudnya awak kena cari 6 lah. Bukan 6, 9 semua cofactor yang awak kena cari. Okay, looks on the example. Find the matrix A. Okay, if you have 3, -2, 1, 5, 6, 2. 1, 0, -3. Okay, so you have this matrix and then you want to find A inverse. First, you need to find what is the cofactor for each element tu. Awak kena cari dulu cofactor 1, 1. What is the value? Cofactor 1, 2. What is the value? Cofactor 1, 3. What is the value? If you want to find determinant, yang ni saja yang kita perlukan. But if you want to find the inverse, awak kena cari semua. Cofactor 2, 1. Cofactor 2, 2. Cofactor 2, 3. And then cofactor 3, 1. Cofactor 3, 2. And then cofactor 3, 3. All 9 cofactor you must find. Okay. So, first, cofactor 1, 1. How you get cofactor 1, 1? Okay. Haikal Kaiser tengok awak tanya tadi cofactor. Okay, cofactor 1, 1 first. Make sure -1 the power of 1 plus 1. Why 1 plus 1? Because this is first row, first column. Sebab itu 1 plus 1. Row pertama, kolom pertama. Plus 1. Okay. When you want to find cofactor 1, 1, awak delete macam tu. Okay. First column, first row kita akan buang. So the rest apa yang tinggal? 6, 2, 0 and -3. Okay. And then you can get this cofactor 1, 1. Here is 1. Why 1? -1 the power of 2. -1 the power of 2. The power of even number. Awak akan dapat nombor 1. If the power of odd number, you can get -1. 6 times by -3 and then 2 times by 0. 6 times by -3 is -18 minus 0. So -18 minus 0 is -18 times by 1 become -18. Okay, so this one you can get cofactor 1, 2 is 17. Cofactor 1, 3 is -6. So, next, you need to find cofactor for second row. Okay, which is cofactor C21, C22, and C23. The method is also same thing. Okay, C21, -1 the power of 2 plus 1. Why 2 plus 1? Sebab dia C21. Okay. And then first row, first column, second row. Okay. So yang tinggal apa? -2, 1, 0, -3. -2, 1, 0, -3. Okay. So you can get -1 sebab dia kuasa odd number. Bila kuasa odd number, sebab hasil tambah 2 tambah 1 is 3. Odd number, nombor ganjil dia akan dapat -1. So negative 3 times by negative 2 minus 1 times 0. So you can get 6 here. But times by negative 1. So negative 6. Also, a same thing for C22, you can get negative 10. C23, you can get negative 2. Next, you need to find another cofactor for this one. So you can get, for cofactor C31, you can get negative 10. Cofactor C32, you can get negative 1. Cofactor C33, you can get 28. Okay? Since you already get all the 9 cofactor, next, you kena cari pula what is the adjoint matrix. Macam mana nak cari adjoint matrix? Adjoint matrix is also equal to cofactor A transpose. So before you transpose, you masukkan dulu dia punya cofactor. Kalau awak tengok tadi, cofactor dia dapat apa? Negative 18 for C11. C12, 17. C13, negative 6. And then C21, negative 6. C22, negative 10. C23, negative 2. And then C31, C32, and then C33. Then you need to put here transpose. Because you need to transpose first. Baru awak boleh dapat adjoint matrix. Okay. So adjoint matrix equal to this one. After you transpose, the column become row. Column become row. Column become row. So this one is the transpose. After you get transpose, you need to find what is the determinant. Determinant of matrix A. Okay, determinant of matrix A equal to, saya ambil yang first row. A11, C12, A12, C12, A13, C13. Okay, ingat dia yang asal. Okay. Bukan yang kita ambil yang adjoint ni. Bukan ambil dari sini. Ambil yang matrix A. So 3 times by negative 18. Negative 2 times by 17, 1 times by negative 6. So you can get negative 94. And then the inverse is equal to 1 over determinant times by adjoint matrix. So awak akan dapat apa? 1 over determinant, negative 1 over 94 times by adjoint. Ni adjoint yang kita dapat tadi ni. Okay. So you can get, darab masuk, this one is the inverse matrix. Okay. Any problem? Okay. Looks on the exercise question 1. Okay. Exercise question A. Okay. You have this matrix. First, you need to find 9 cofactor. First one, you can get 3 minus 2 minus 4. For the second row, you can get negative 3, 2, 5. 1, negative 1, negative 2. Okay. And then, this one is the cofactor matrix. After you put in terms of matrix, to get adjoint, you need to transpose this cofactor. Okay, so you can get 3, negative 3, 1, negative 2, 2, negative 1, negative 4, 5, and negative 2. And then you need to find determinant. You can choose either one, the value. Okay, whether you want to choose the first row or you want to choose second row or third row. Column pun you boleh choose. Okay, so you can get 1, the determinant. Okay, and then A inverse equal to 1 over determinant times by adjoint matrix. So you can get 1 over 1 times by this adjoint. So you can get 3, negative 3, 1, negative 2, 2, negative 1, negative 4, 5, and negative 2. So this one for question A. For question B, for this matrix, cofactor, the first one, you can get 5, negative 9, and then negative 3. The rest of the cofactor awak kena kira ya. Saya tulis jawapannya ni. Negative 1, negative 1, 2, negative 3, 4, and negative 1. And then the cofactor, this one, and then transform to adjoint, whereby adjoint of matrix A equal to cofactor matrix A transpose. So you can get 5, negative 1, negative 3, negative 9, negative 1, 4, negative 3, 2, and minus 1. And then you need to find determinant of matrix A, so you can get negative 7. We know that A inverse equal to 1 over determinant of matrix A times by adjoint of matrix A. So you can get this matrix inverse. Okay? Any problems? Okay, if you don't have any problems, that's all for today. Thank you.